U.S. officials have feared yesterday might be the day Russia was planning to invade Ukraine, but the day came and went without any violence. Russia says it is not planning an invasion, but the Biden administration is skeptical of those claims.
Feel like we've been saying this for days now. Joined by Washington correspondent Jesse Tenor live in D.C. Jesse, good morning. So now what are U.S. officials saying about the Russian troop buildup along the Ukrainian border?
Yeah, good morning, Mark and Allie. So even though, like you mentioned, an invasion didn't happen yesterday as many predicted, the U.S. is now reporting that up to 7,000 new troops have been added along the Ukrainian border. The State Department says that they're essentially moving to fighting positions as well. And so they're really trying to distance the talk away from the military drills and things of that nature that Russia is still claiming. The State Department has also been saying, too, that there's going to be other kind of what's known as false flags that could serve as pretext to an invasion. One of the other things that the U.S. remains very concerned about is that Russia keeps putting forward information and even some visuals as well of unmarked graves that they're attributing to Ukraine. The U.S. is, of course, calling those claims false as well.
And Vice President Kamala Harris will take part in the Munich Security Conference later today in Germany. Jesse, what will be discussed?
Yeah, before all of this started to at least take shape with Russia and Ukraine, there was going to be a myriad of international issues discussed. Now, at the very top will be this Russian threat. And White House Press Secretary Jen Psaki said that Vice President Harris would make it clear that the U.S. will do everything in its power to make sure that Ukraine can stay a sovereign nation, and then also impose harsh sanctions on Russia, which is what we've been hearing really since the beginning, if it does end up invading Ukraine.
All right, Jesse, thank you for keeping us informed. Defense Secretary Lloyd Austin currently in Brussels for meetings with his NATO counterparts. He is expected to make an address later today.
Staying in the Beltway, President Biden rejecting a request from former President Trump to withhold White House visitor logs from the House committee investigating the January 6th riots at the U.S. Capitol. The committee is seeking information on who entered the White House in the days leading up to the riots.
Turning now to the latest on COVID-19, the Rochester City School District is asking parents to complete a survey today regarding mask wearing in schools.
Other districts are following suit, asking parents if they support a mask optional policy. Erica DeCoste live with more on when changes might be made. Erica, good morning.
Good morning. And superintendents across the state and county are asking the governor for an ease up of protocols to normalcy, and they want to be prepared if ultimately tasked with the choice, with their own choice for masking or not. Other districts handed out similar surveys asking if parents and staff would support a mask optional policy. 56% of parents there support mask optional, and over 60% of staff as well. President of Monroe County said in a briefing this week the governor knows it's managing time and says decisions will be made after February break.
I've said from the beginning that I think that it's important that we have clear, concise guidance that's consistent coming from the state level. And I also think that it's important that we have some clear timelines around when these changes are going to happen.
Be sent home with rapid COVID tests statewide tomorrow. Ahead of February break, the governor says the results upon returning back will help drive whatever decisions she makes. In Rochester, Erica DeCoste, News 8.
All right, Erica, thank you. Wright added COVID cases district-wide are down among students and staff as compared to just a few months ago.
Well, James, if you're someone who likes to take a morning walk, today is your day.
Yeah, sometimes I show this graphic and I'm like, I don't know, but today, really not the case. Get out there and enjoy it. It is very comfortable, very mild, and I don't see many days like this, at least for the next month. This just does not happen. We do not see temperatures this warm for this time of year, at this time of day. We sometimes get 50s by the afternoon, but not at 6:51 in the morning. Next 24 hours, we drop the temperatures by late today. We'll still hold on to the warmth, but the rain picks up. We don't have any rain out there right now, but we really see that rain ramp up as we get later in the day. Downpours this afternoon. Flood risk raises up as we get late tonight. We'll have the bus stop forecast coming up. Mark?
All right, James, thank you. Time for another check of the roads with our sunrise traffic, and last couple of reports have been pretty good ones. Live view of 390 by the airport, volume, but no accidents to pass along. 490 and 590 on time at last check as well. Well, new this morning, 3 teenagers have been arrested after a carjacking and police chase in Rochester. Officers responded to Ethel Street around 4 a.m. for that report of a stolen car. The vehicle was spotted a short time later in the area of Lyle and Dewey Aves. After a brief chase, that stolen car struck a snowbank. The 3 occupants of that vehicle were just 13, 15, and 16 years old. Charges for those teenagers are pending.
A vacant house in Rochester was heavily damaged by fire overnight. Firefighters responded to Lime Street around 3 a.m. No injuries were reported. The cause of the fire still under investigation.
Rochester police also investigating after a house was shot up overnight. Officers responded to Ames Street around 2 a.m. They say 2 people were inside that home at the time of the shooting. No one was struck, and no suspects are in custody.
The Monroe County Sheriff's Office is asking for help identifying 2 suspects involved in a gunpoint robbery earlier this week. Deputies responded to Honeysuckle Terrace in Perrington around 11:30 Tuesday night. 2 suspects approached the victim in her car with handguns demanding money. They then stole her vehicle and drove off. Deputies later found the car abandoned on Balsam Lane in Perrington. The suspects are described as 1 black male and 1 Hispanic male, around 18 to 25 years old, wearing red and black sweatshirts, dark sweatpants, and face coverings. Anyone with information should call 911.
Let's go around the state now. The father and grandfather of a 6-year-old girl who had been missing for almost 3 years making an appearance in court yesterday.
After going missing in July of 2019, Paisley Schultes was found Monday night under a staircase in Saugerties near Albany. Paisley's parents and grandfather are being charged with custodial interference and endangering the welfare of a child. They'll be back in court in April.
Well, a gasoline truck crashing into a building, sparking a massive fire early yesterday on Long Island. Firefighters in Rockville Center responded to massive amounts of smoke and flames around 1 in the morning. We're told the driver of the truck was rushed to the hospital along with 2 firefighters. Roughly 13,000 gallons of gas spilled onto the street. The building eventually collapsed after being heavily damaged. All right, time now for a look at the GRE Morning Business Report. According to the Commerce Department, retail sales rose 3.8% last month. That was much better than expected and a bounce back from a sharp drop in December. Online shopping helped the most, with consumers loading up on their virtual carts. Furniture sales on the rise as well.
Housing costs are soaring to new records. According to the Mortgage Bankers Association, the average home loan now stands at $453,000. The average contract interest rate for a 30-year fixed home loan topped 4%. As home buyers face off with one of the most expensive housing markets in years, demand for loans is falling. Mortgage applications fell 1% last week.
All right, here's what some folks will be talking about at the water cooler this morning. Tough news here. The U.S. women's hockey team falling to Canada in the gold medal game in Beijing. The Canadians jumped out to a 3-0 lead. America fought back. It was a 1-score game with just 12 seconds left, but it got no closer. Team USA falls in the gold medal game 3-2. They will take home silver medals.
A tough loss, and one final look at the medal count from the game so far. Norway still in the lead with 28 medals overall. The Russian Olympic Committee in second with 24 medals. The U.S. and Germany tied for 3rd place with 21 medals apiece, and Canada in 5th place with 20 medals.
Well, the Olympics winding down, the school week winding down as students get ready for their break, James, but they got to head out to the bus this morning. It'll feel good at the bus stop, won't it?
Yeah, incredibly warm, the bus stop forecast, and we've got numbers in the 50s. Probably want the umbrella, though, as we have rain showers pushing through. 8-day forecast here. We have the rain showers lasting through this evening, then transition over to snow. Look at that drop, 51 to 18, a flash freeze overnight, then a couple inches of snow on Friday. Just thinking out loud here, we have inches of snow for Friday morning. Snow's going to be on the roads. The last day before winter break.
Oh, I see where you're headed.
Superintendents, what are you thinking?
Well,
We'll
enjoy
find
those
out.
50s today at least.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for watching News 8 at Sunrise.
Our next update coming up in 30 minutes. CBS Mornings is up next. Have a great day.